Political leaders have a lot of issues to deal with. Number one, they are elected by their communities, and they have programs that they need to implement, and sometimes there are a lot of issues they need to deal with, and it's overwhelming. So what are the issues of a political leader? Basically, they have the hard mission to impress everyone. And usually in politics, a lot of people are not happy. And no matter what they do, and no matter how positive they try the outcomes to be, a lot of people are going to criticize them for every single thing that they do. Even if sometimes they communicate what they're doing. Now, a lot of work needs to be done on communication itself. If everything is well determined in the coaching mission, if everything is really clear what leader this politician wants to be, what are the values this political party really wants to promote, then things will be easier later on, and people will be able to relate a bit better. Now, the feedbacks, the negative feedbacks, can make the politician or the political party leaders feel basically offended, because some of them are really trying to do their best for positive outcomes. But then they feel insecure because they're not sure that they have the right skills. Although sometimes they fake it, that everything is fine. They basically show that they are sure of what they're doing, but deep down inside, they're not. They feel very insecure, very overwhelmed with everything. So how can a leader deal with such issues? Number one, they need to really focus on all the negative feedbacks. And instead of having negative emotions, they need to write them down and really think about every single one of them. And check, how can they turn the negative feedback into a positive one? Can they take it into consideration? Obviously, a lot of negative feedback is going to go to trash because it's not really built on something that is constructive and cannot be taken into consideration. But when things are clear, when things are written down, when they take all the negative feedback and they decide what to do with it, either throw it away because it's not constructive or build on it in order to create a more positive outcome out of it, then they will feel more secure and less overwhelmed. Another point that I would like to talk about is that there are not a lot of things written on how to coach politicians and political leaders. The thing is that political leaders rely a lot on consultants. They rely a lot on people that are experts and that can tell them what they should do. The problem here is that they do not ask themselves what they really want themselves to do based on the values and the program that they promoted during the campaigns. So a coach is needed here because when they define what are the values, the program, what is the identity of this leader, then they can focus on leadership a bit more. Because a leader is supposed to actually do what they're saying they're doing, or what they're saying they would like to do. Because leadership is all about leading people and do what they said they would do. Another problem is that political leaders are perceived as always doing the wrong thing. And this can affect political leaders as well. And if they put this in their heads, basically they will consider that whatever they do, it will be perceived negatively. So how to turn this problem into an opportunity? Number one, brainstorm on ideas. What can be done in order not to be perceived in a negative way? Number two, communicate with the team first and then with the people what you intend to really do. Number three, do not overdo it. A program that is over will never be able to be implemented. Number 4, say what you've done, what you've achieved, and link it with your program. Basically, show the people that you promised them something and that you actually did it. And if there's something that you couldn't do, say clearly why you couldn't do it. What were the obstacles? Communication is key, but how to communicate relies a lot on how the political leader was coached. And this is why it's important to link leadership with coaching. It's the only way for leaders not to feel overwhelmed, not to have negative feedback all the time, and not to feel that whatever they do, they are perceived in a negative way. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share, and follow us on all our platforms. Details below. See you!